I remember back then when I was very young, perhaps somewhere around 10 years old, and I went to the swimming pool along with my classmates because we were supposed to practice our swimming lessons and to hold our breath underneath the water. And some of my other classmates, they were playing and having a lot of fun jumping off this 1 meter tilt, and at that time I wasn't really ready for that yet, so I was spending 3 months just sitting at the sideline watching them having a lot of fun. And it was so fascinating to see because they could do a lot of twists and turns and somersaults, but to me it was like, wow, that's crazy. Eventually one day I really wanted to challenge myself, so I made them give me this pep talk about how to conquer my fear. And the easy answer to that was that they told me the only thing you have to do is just do it, stand on the edge and jump back, because nothing will hurt you, and you know how to swim, you know how to hold your breath underneath the water, and it's really not that high. Now, in the beginning, it wasn't really that convincing because I had a lot of fear in me, and I was talking to myself in so many ways that was sort of pulling me away from it. Now, one day, I really wanted to be part of the fun, and I finally decided that I wanted to conquer my fear and jump off this 1 meter tilt. So I went very slowly behind the line, and I saw that there was around 3-4 kids in the line waiting for their turn. And finally, when it became my turn, I was walking very slowly. Remember, I was walking very slowly to the very edge of the tilt, and it was so shaky, and I was shaking at the same time. My legs were shaking, and my palms were so sweaty. And at that point, when I was looking down the water, even though my classmates, he's told me that it was only 1 meter, it literally felt like 5 or 7 meters. And I wasn't really sure whether I was gonna jump. So when I looked back, I saw 6 other kids waiting for their turn, and some of them was looking a little bit impatient. So I had 2 choices. Either I had to go back and be feeling humiliated, or I could just jump off the tilt. Now, some of my other classmates were waiting from the sideline, and they were cheering like cheerleaders. And finally, I pulled myself together and jumped off the tilt. Now, I landed on my feet, and once I came back up, I felt a sensation of success. I felt like I really conquered my fear, and I felt lighter, and I felt my confidence towards that was so high. So I swam to the ladder, went back up, joined the line, and jumped once more. And I believe I did that for maybe more than 30 times within those 30 minutes we had left for the fun after the swimming class. Now, challenges are very, very different from people to people. And it may be that your challenge is something way different than mine. And for some people, challenges can be either big challenges or smaller challenges. It all depends on your outcome and what it is you wish to achieve about it. I'd like to elaborate 3 different things regarding my story, and the first thing is the comfort zone. And that would be that when I was sitting at the sideline watching everybody else jumping off this 1 meter tilt, I was just sitting there observing, and no danger happened to me, even though that I was thinking about a lot of dangers would occur to me just by thinking of it. But to associate comfort zone in our daily lives, it's also a place that we know our daily routines, our habits. It's a place that we get to rest and digest. And it's also a place that we have little to no development at all. But there's really nothing wrong about it. It's really more about how you feel about being in the comfort zone. Now, when I decided to challenge myself and jump off the 1 meter tilt, I also got some help and motivation from some of my other classmates to jump off. Now, I entered that development zone because I decided that I really wanted to try something that I never tried before. And I had to build up courage, because courage is not just gonna come by itself. It's something that you have to decide on. So when I came to that point that I was standing there at the end of the tilt and jumped off, that is when I felt a huge mental success and strength and courage all at the same time when I came back up to the surface. And that was a very, very great feeling. Now that would be, to me, being inside the development zone. Now to kind of associate that with our everyday lives, the development zone is a place that not everybody wishes to be in, but I believe that it's a place that everybody should be in, at least bit by bit, because it's kind of where all the magic happens, especially when you are looking to something more nuanced in life, is that you maybe want to enhance new skills or want to acquire new abilities professionally, or it's more like on a more personal basis. The third thing is when the challenge becomes way too big. And when the challenge becomes too big, it's also a path going to the danger zone, which is a place that I don't recommend anyone to be in for too long. And let's just imagine that I decided to jump off the 1 meter tilt and I didn't know how to swim. That would both be unwise and dangerous at the same time. Now, to put it in other words, let's just say that when one gets to build stress from a long period of time, that can certainly be very dangerous, because it can also lead to depression and can hurt our mental and physical being. Because the whole thing is to find a fine balance between being in the development zone and the comfort zone. You get to perform better once you acquire new skills and enhance new talents perhaps, and you get to have more capacity, and you get to build up more motivation and courage to pursue the things that you want in your life. And you need to step out of the comfort zone to be able to acquire those new learnings. Now, the price is also high when you're not doing anything to develop yourself, and meaning that if you don't wish to come out of your own comfort zone, then you can't really expect to get more nuance in life, and life can become boring. During a development process, there are different ways to acquire your outcome, and it really depends on what it is you want to gain regarding your outcome and how you want to feel about it. Now, for some people, it can either be something from a more long-term perspective or maybe for a short-term perspective. Now, back then when I decided to learn how to overcome my fear and jump off this 1 meter tilt, it wasn't like that I just decided that. Actually, I had to learn some other skills before being able to jump off that 1 meter tilt, such as swimming. Now, I had to learn how to swim and perhaps also hold my breath underneath the water for at least some seconds. But the main part is that I had to learn how to swim, and especially out in the more deeper areas of the swimming pool, before I could even think about conquering my fear of jumping out of this 1 meter tilt. So everything was a process. There's also risk of losing motivation or inspiration, because some people feel that the goal is so far away. That's why it's really important to celebrate there's more short-term goals, and staying consistent can get you closer towards your final goals. Being open to challenges is something that is really, really different from people to people. And I know that it can acquire new learnings in life, and it can be part of building up your strength and courage on trying to explore new things. No matter if it is you wish to quit smoking cigarettes, or you want to live a more healthier lifestyle, or you want to reduce your stress, it all comes to the personal growth that we're all in. So to me, I hope that you want to explore yourself in some of the challenges, whether they are small or large, hoping that you get to learn certain new things and gain more happiness in life during the small processes of success. Hey everyone, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're new here, consider subscribing my channel, and I'll bring you a new video each and every week. Now today's question: what challenge can give you more personal growth? Please give a comment here down below. I would love to read your comments. Until then, stay passionate and purposeful.